It's Juvenis.
For example, you are going to maybe Maryland and you are at Oshodi. You meet a Calabar man at the bus stop. You say, "Excuse me, sir, please, I'm going to Maryland." This is what you hear naturally from a Calabar man. Yembo is very simple. Very, very simple. Not hard, where. You see this road when you go, yo, just going to do egg up. You go reach one young girl, tell it here. When is that? You tell it you. When you tell it you, they go into it. You go reach another young girl, tell it there. When is that? You go tell it yeah. Then go into it. You go come see foot bridge, not cross express, so just grab the foot bridge and go. Because when you cross express, motor go come. You go open up, no cross. So. All right, my people. Yes, the rich Calabar man is here, and I want to tell you something very, very important. Please keep watching Juvenis. See Juvenis. Keep watching Juvenis, and I beg, I use God beguna. Buy Juvenis. One of the best magazines. See, Juvenis. Latest edition. Go and look for it. You can get it in the malls, in shops, in pharmacy. Anywhere in traffic, you fit see them everywhere where you go. Look for Juvenis. Ask them, tell them you want the latest edition every time you are in the traffic or you go to the mall. Thank you. The rich Calabar man says so.
The nominee, let me welcome you on behalf of our colleagues here, and we have your CV. Nevertheless, you are at liberty to elaborate on those aspects of your CV that you think you need to emphasize, or those important things that you feel you have omitted from the CV, so you can address the Senate.
Thank you, my brother, the distinguished Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Emmanuella, my brother, the Deputy Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Omo Agege, very distinguished leaders of the Senate, of the 9 Senates, my colleagues in the 8th Senate, and of course, my leaders in totality in the 9th Senate, I greet all of you. It's a rare privilege for me to be here. Distinguished Senate President, I know some time ago when we had the valedictory session, one of my very younger brothers that I admire so much has said we will meet on the streets of Abuja. But I'm very delighted that through the privilege of Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, a man of excellence, a man who believes in good governance, a president who loves Nigeria, and a man that is very determined to leave a legacy of good governance for this country. We are now meeting here in the Senate. I had assured him that we shall meet, and we are meeting today. So, distinguished Senate President, my name is Godswill of Akpabio. I come from the south-south part of Nigeria, specifically Akwa State. I have submitted my CV. I represented the good people of Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District in the 8th Senate. I did my best. In fact, I took time to elaborate some of the constituency projects that I undertook in the 8th Senate. The reason is very simple, so that if Nigerians should see that CV and see the quantum of what we are doing here, they will be very, very happy, and they will continue to support distinguished senators to take such projects to the grassroots. It is my firm belief that the only way we can touch the lives of the less privileged in the society is through these hallowed chambers. So I took time to elaborate those things. If you go inside, you will see some of the health centers, some of the hospitals, the roads that we're able to do, not much, maybe 2 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers, and even intervening in the educational aspect and all that. I took time to do that so that you go through it, it will encourage you, it will also encourage the society. So I want to thank all of you for giving me audience. Nothing really to say than what you already know. I'm regarded as an uncommon performer in any place I go to. And that is why standing in front of you, I will not change. I want to assure Mr. President and the Senate that I will not change. I will continue to offer uncommon services to Nigeria through the current platform. And that means a performance, and that means with integrity, that means with dedication, and that means with love. If you don't love your people, you will not give them quality things. I'm just one of those Nigerian servants that you can say that he left office almost how many years ago? But some of the roads he did in his state when he was governor, there is not a pothole 11 years after, not one pothole. And that is very rare in the Niger Delta. So you are seeing a man very determined to give quality service to Nigeria. And then this nomination will afford me that opportunity. I want to say that I rest my case on the CV before you. Here is Godswill Akpabio, uncommon performer, uncommon governor, uncommon senator.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
I thank you.
You are welcome. Distinguished colleagues, you know, when Senator George Akume, the nominee from Benue, came in, there was a unanimity on our tradition of granting that privilege and concession to members of the National Assembly that are now nominees. Despite that, I want to take the privilege of sitting here to invite the current minority leader, Senator Abaribe, to say something, and of course, the majority leader to wrap it up, and then the nominee can take a bow and go. You are senior to the minority leader. So let him say what he wants to say, and then you wrap it up.
Thank you, Mr. President, sitting as the chair. My name is Emmanuella Baribe, representing Abia South, also a neighbor to Senator Godswill Akpabio. Let me say, Mr. President, that I fully subscribe to your stipulation of our tradition. But it's a problem between my heart and my head. I wish that this tradition was not there. I would have made Godswill sweat. But the tradition is here and we have nothing else we can do. But let me also inform Mr. President that I had spoken to the Akwa Ibom caucus as minority leader. And they had also told me that they are in full support of the nomination of giving our brother, Senator Godswill Akpabio, Mr. President, helping him to rest very well after working in this chamber. This is what we want. We want people, when they leave this chamber, to go to somewhere that they are going to have the opportunity to showcase their talents. So we want to, in keeping with our tradition, wish you well and expect that you will represent this chamber very well inside the villa. It's not the first time we have seen senators go from here to the villa and turn into something else. But we know that as an uncommon person, you will also work uncommonly to make sure that the relationship between the villa and the White House is very, very uncommon. So I thank you and I wish you well.
We trust you.
The Senate Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President, sitting as the chair. I would like to share in total the sentiments that have been expressed by the minority leader. Of course, all of us who were in the 8th Senate knew the kind of contributions and the tenacity, that Akpabio brought to the chamber in the past 4 years. I only wanted to interject in a lighter mood by recalling an incident about 4 years ago when, as leader of the minority, Senator Akpabio led a walkout of the entire minority membership of this chamber when we are considering the nomination of Amechi. So I wanted to ask him a question. What would he have done if Senator Akpabio were to ask the minority to move out? So, Mr. President, I share that sentiment, well-taken sentiment, and I don't want Senator Akpabio to answer that question. I don't want to answer that question, but just to recall hilariously what happened at that time. I think the President had made a very good choice, and I know the uncommon touch that Senator Akpabio brought to this Senate is going to be extended to the executive arm of government. I thank you, Mr. Chairman.
He said that was before the uncommon defection.
Before the uncommon defection.
Thank you very much. I think the leaders have spoken, and the understanding is he will take a bow. Let me just also add here that we are going to work together with the executive. Very well, we are prepared to do that. Our committees are going to carry out oversights. We will insist on oversights because we believe that that's the only way to keep everybody on its toes. And that is not to amount to hostility or rancor. You and many others who are nominees today have passed through the National Assembly. We want you to explain that kind of activity to those ministers who wouldn't have passed through this place. That when they are invited by committees of the National Assembly, they must appear. We don't want a situation where we are trying to do good, to work together, and then some ministers will start to undermine and jeopardize the process. I'm sure with people like you, Senator George Okume, and many others, about 6 or 7 of you, 7, the relationship will be better, and we are going to work in such a manner that Nigeria will benefit from a cordial relationship. Thank you very much. Is it the view of the Senate that he takes a bow? Yes. What order?
Mr. President, I'm coming on. Let me just say on that personal explanation. Mr. President, it will be uncommon as that members of the Conference Caucus in this chamber have not been given the privilege to say something before this uncommon nominee. So I want to plead, Mr. President. So, Mr. President, I want to plead that.
Switch off your mic. Thank you very much. I will still allow you to come under 43 that you say you are coming. But when the minority leader spoke, he said he was speaking also on behalf of the Akwa Ibom caucus. And I understood that to mean that he talked with you and all the three of you. Senator Christopher Stephen Akpabio also approached me that he wanted to speak. But I thought since the minority leader spoke on your behalf, he has covered whatever you want to say. So I'm not going to rule you out of order, but I'll advise that you don't have to speak, because if everybody insists to speak, unless you feel strongly about it. Senator Albert Basi Akpan, you can see the mood of the Senate at the moment is not in favor of what you want to do. And let's assume that we have spoken your mind too. I'm sure you cannot say anything more than what the minority leader said on your behalf. Thank you very much. So is it the opinion of the Senate that the nominee takes a bow? You can take a bow.
We thank you for commenting on our videos. Please keep commenting. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so for regular updates. Keep watching Juvenis and keep buying Juvenis.
Juvenis is published bi-monthly by Bunox Communications Limited. For enquiries, event coverage or advert placement, call 0803 360 8271, 0805 787 1199, 0702 811 3638, or 0808 152 4499, or visit www.juvenis.bunox.net. Juvenis Magazine, inspiring the young at heart.